Good afternoon, I'm Shane Seeley with the CBC News Break. The National Union of Public Workers will not allow the impasse between the Parkinson Memorial Principal Jeff Brooms and the teachers there to turn into a saga like the Alexandra School. President Walter Maloney says they are willing to meet with the Barbados Union of Teachers and/or officials from the Ministry of Education to bring a speedy resolution to the matter.
There's nothing wrong right picking up the phone and calling Shepherd, Mr. Shepherd, and saying, Brother Shepherd, I've been hearing things in the press. Okay, although this is not, but it's an informal channel. Let us sit and resolve whatever the issues are. Now, that's what we are saying. We are not adverse to sitting and as reasonable trade unionists and settling this issue. But what I'm a little grieved about is the to and froing in the press and the statements sitting here and everywhere and accusing this body, next body. That does not help anyone. So we need to sit and let us resolve whatever it is. And if it is going to be done at union to union level or union to employer level, then let us do it.
And in breaking his silence on the issue, Mr. Broom says teachers at the school never raised any burning issues with him. He says he held management meetings every Tuesday morning over the last school year to address any grievances, but nothing ever came up.
I know that teachers have objected to some policy positions they've arrived at. Some teachers, even when we did the restructured curriculum, a customized curriculum for the school, some teachers have objected to the fact that I did not come back to a plenary, which I did not make much sense. You gave everyone an opportunity to say something. They have all the heads department. You win your battle the head department, then come back to the plenary to destroy everything. I didn't think so. The people had that objection. There's nothing wrong with that.
Some 11 accidents were reported on the Wildy Main Road along the highway yesterday, prompting fresh calls from the police force for motorists to be more attentive on the roads. Police Constable in the Traffic Division, David Aline, gave that report today on Morning Barbados. He told the program that too many drivers are not paying enough attention behind the wheel and are being caught off guard, especially on their cell phones. A pedestrian was also struck in the area of Westmoreland, St. James, but according to reports, her injuries were non-life-threatening. Members of the local business community have been given the assurance that headway has been made in eliminating delays from the court system. Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite says that contrary to some comments in the media and from members of the legal fraternity, the situation is improving.
Unfortunately, what you yourselves have not been seeing, and which I have been seeing, is that I have been seeing a steady improvement in how we do things. I'm seeing cases where judges are working late into the night and where judgments are being delivered within a week or two. I'm seeing, I'm seeing real progress, but we don't discuss these things. We tend to just focus on where persons have had issues.
The Attorney General also says that a new program to clear up the backlog of cases in the court system will shortly be revealed.
We do recognize, however, that there is a backlog of matters in the system. We are presently working on an initiative which, unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to discuss with you now for various reasons, but I'm sure that within the next week or so it will be discussed publicly. But there is a program being proposed to address the issue of backlog in our system, whilst not ignoring current cases.
In news from the Senate, the former General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Sir Roy Trotman, says he has been seeing a steady deterioration of statutory boards in Barbados over the last 2 years. He was speaking in the Upper House during debate on the Tourism Development Amendment Bill 2014. Sir Roy says statutory boards need to realize that they are the servants of the ministries. Meantime, we are hearing from a government senator who believes the manufacturing sector should receive more support from local hotels. Senator Andre Worrell says hotels should be using all local products given the concessions they will be receiving from government.
furnish the hotels with products manufactured here in Barbados. Give Barbadians manufacture an opportunity to be able to bid and get some of those jobs and the opportunity to provide their services to the hotel sector in Barbados. Not only when it comes to furniture, but when it comes to art, art supplies, and so forth.
Argentina has only just reopened an embassy here in Barbados and is already assisting local fisheries officials. That's the word from the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Charles Burnett. He says a team is here on the island sharing its expertise with members of the Fisheries Division on a specific area of focus. Mr. Burnett spoke about the development at the official opening ceremony at the embassy's new home in Hastings, Christchurch, attended by top government officials and Argentine delegates. The Permanent Secretary delivered the feature address on the minister's behalf.
Technicians from the Ministry of Agriculture, Stock Breeding and Fisheries of Argentina are here sharing their expertise in artisanal fishing in consultation with the Fisheries Department of our Ministry of Agriculture, Food, Fisheries, and Water Resource Management. During talks today with Ambassador Zwane, we identified other areas of bilateral cooperation, including people-to-people exchanges aimed at enhancing the learning and experiencing of each other's language and cultural heritage.
And the Argentine ambassador to Barbados, His Excellency Diego Lemire, has also revealed that Bridgetown and Buenos Aires have already negotiated air transportation and science and technology agreements.
I am convinced that we are going down the right path. Our countries are building closer ties every day, joining the effort to face the challenge posed by both old and new forms of colonialism and dependence.
Now we go back to that story with the former General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Sir Roy Trotman, saying that he has seen a deterioration of statutory boards in Barbados over the last 2 years. Here's what he had to say.
That we are likely to have a fight over a simple matter like union recognition when those workers, in fact, were BWU members ever since they set up the BTA. I don't think that that is required. I don't think it's the climate within which the workers and their representatives have entered into the dialogue, and we would wish the minister and the junior minister in that ministry to be able to have a quiet word with the powers that be and to reduce the extent to which confrontation might appear to be the desirable approach.
A claim that more than 60% of students are leaving secondary school without any kind of certification. It's coming from the Parkinson School principal, Jeff Broom. He says the statistic has skyrocketed from the 40% recorded in the 1990s. But Mr. Broom is hoping that an initiative dubbed the Second Chances, supported by Sagicor and the National Union of Public Workers, can help those school leavers put themselves in a better position to gain some form of qualification.
In terms of certification, to move on, this Second Chances Institute will give them an opportunity to come to a day school, a virtual day school, to be taught in areas where they can improve their certification, improve their academic profile. And I think at the end of the day, that is better for them, that is better for Barbados, and that speaks wonders for our education system, which I feel has dropped significantly over the last 20 or 25 or 30 years.
Now, during the press briefing, the Parkinson School principal also urged union members who cannot afford to pay for extra lessons their children may need for the Common Entrance exam to send them to the Education Outreach School. It's being held on Saturdays from 12:30 in the afternoon at NUPW headquarters on Dalkeith Road. We'll take a break here and come back with regional and international news.